we need to learn the things that we don't know. So what comes in my mind, the first thing that comes in my mind, it's how to understand the human mind, our thoughts, our motivations, behaviors, and traumas. It's like a map to help us to navigate throughout our interactions in our relationships, and something that tried to explain why I'm feeling that way. So why I'm today sad? Why I'm happy? So it's like just a map to guide us. I think in that way.
Nice, nice. Excellent. How can I say? Excellent presentation of the word psychology. When I think of psychology, I remember that charge. I don't know if you guys ever saw that with a person speaking and there's a thread like a wire coming out of the person's mouth and nossa, difícil falar em inglês, calma. I don't have you guys ever seen
I,
this? What I'm trying to say?
uh, I kind of, but this is, I don't know. I don't remember. But
It's
I know
like
what you're talking about.
yes, it's two people. The a person and the psychologist, and it is trying to explain the job of the psychologist, which is to help the person understand their own thoughts. So in the persons there are like this thread is fio, né, fio de linha de costura, and is embolado in the person's head, and the person is speaking and the psychology is trying to desembolar. Got it? This is what I think when I hear the word psychology.
How to say desembolar in English? I think nobody knows. Do you know
No,
how to say that?
I don't have a clue. If you guys want to search while I skip to the other question.
I research.
Okay. Okay, guys. So question number 2. Have you ever read or watched something that changed how you understand human behavior? Dani.
Um, Actually, I listening podcast the name Para Dar Nome às Coisas. This podcast is very interesting because the there is the woman the presentation about the many subjects, and the subject is about psychology and behavior human. I learned a lot with her because her is her talking the way funny way about the many subjects. I don't know understand because my English is limited.
I understood everything you said. I love this
Okay.
podcast. I love this podcast. I have another podcast very good, but I don't think they have new episodes. But the old episodes are perfect. It's called Acenda Sua Luz.
I don't know. Acendendo sua luz. I know. I don't know.
Luz. Let me type it on the chat so if you want to listen. The name of the woman is Carol Hash.
Ah, okay.
I really like this podcast.
Uh,
What?
I
Sorry.
I will listening to after class.
Okay. What about you, Gabriel? Question number
So,
2.
question number 2. Actually, I need to read more books about this. It's something that is my task list to do. I'm not a book guy, but it's something that I trying to introduce this for me this year. I'm reading my first book this year, and I have already heard that if you read one book per year, you are above the average of all Brazilians because we don't read a lot. So I'm trying to read more often, starting this year. But related to watching something about related to the subject, there is a channel called Casa do Saber. Uh, it's a I it's very interesting. They they try to interview and talk with psychologists and philosophers and other thinkers. And what I like this channel, they try to translate complex things in something that is more easy to understand. So, and I realized that through this channel, there are a lot of things that we are sometimes we are driven by unconscionable emotions. We think that we are thinking in a rational way, but in our subconscious we are doing some of the things that we think we are being rational, but we are not being rational. Have some shortcuts in our mind, some biases, and that's interesting to understand that we are something that we think that we are not, something like this. But they try to bring some interest subjects to teach people how in things in our brain works.
I love this theme of human behavior. And I do therapy since I was 15, so more than 10 years now. And right now I am studying. I already studied this theme a lot with my shrink, my psychologist. Is the same since I was young. Oh, not 15, sorry, 18 or 19. And right now we are studying distorções cognitivas. Have you ever heard of this? It's like a theme in psychology, but it says exactly what Gabriel just said. So, são distorções, they are distortions that we do in our mind when quando nós interpretamos some situation. Sometimes the situation happen, and in our minds we learn to interpret this situation differently than other people. So for us that situation was very bad, and for other people it was okay, you know. Just to share, I love this theme, and yes, we see ourselves very differently from what we really are, I think. All right, guys. Question number 3. You are muted, Gabriel.
Sorry. I just imagine that you are doing this for 8 years, 9 years, and you still have subjects to talk about. You see how vast this area is, and I haven't do this in my life, so I'm kind of late with this subject, and I think it's very important. It's kind for women. I think women do that more than men. We men are more close to this kind
Yeah.
of things, and I feel we are not open to this kind of discussion because we are men, and men don't cry, you know, that kind of things. And women are more open to this kind of thing, and that's good for women because this is something that we as human being need to improve.
Yes, for sure. It's a, how can I say, a taboo for men to search for help, to search for psychology. Also for women, it's a taboo, but women, I think they are easier to speak about their feelings. Question number 3, guys. Would you ever go to a therapy, or have you already went to a therapy? How was the experience? And of course, if it is comfortable sharing, okay? Dani.
Yes, I have been doing therapy for 7 years now. For me, 7 years, yes. For me, it's very important because when I started doing therapy, I was very shy, very, very, very shy, and I I I was introspective person. For me, therapy is very important because help me more expression, help me talk about my feelings, talk about with other people's. For me, it's helped a lot. I recommend it for many people because this self knowledge is very important. That's it.
Nice, nice. Have you ever changed therapists during these 7 years, or did you stay with the same?
I changed it 2 times uh, because my first therapy stopped the psychology.
Working?
Yes, stopped working. My second therapy, I don't like I don't like the ideas. My ideas is not combined with the other ideas of my
Yes.
psychology, and my last therapist now is the man, and I love a lot. With his, I am to 5 years.
Nice, nice. I am asking because I've never changed therapists, and I always wonder if I should. But I think I got lucky because I love my therapist. We get along very well. And I know people who change a lot, and I'm like, oh my God, no, I have to tell the new therapist all of my story again. No, I cannot change. What about you, Gabriel? You said you've never been to a therapist. Do you want to go? Do you feel this need to ever go?
Yes, I'm open too, but I don't know why this. I think men are more confident as well, and we say I don't need a therapist. Uh, uh, in the past, it's kind of a prejudice, it's a preconceito. We kind of have this kind of thinking because we think when we heard the word therapist, it's kind of a last resort. It's a kind of you are uh, with some problems and you need to go to therapist, but it's not like this. You can go to improve your abilities, your skills, and I'm kind of changing my mind now with 40 years old. Actually, my mom is a psychologist, and I have prejudice about this, so it doesn't make sense. Yes, but actually, my mother, when she had me and my brother, she stopped to work as a
Oh,
psychologist. So unfortunately, actually, in the beginning, when I was a kid, she did some kind of uh, uh, plays, some kind of tasks. For example, when I was a good kid, I have a tape, um,
a
quadro,
book?
a board, and she just tick, you do that, and in the end of the week, you're going to receive a prize.
Nice.
But then she just left this kind of thing because she stopped work in the area. But just say actually, um, a friend, a girlfriend, the girlfriend of a friend of mine work in the area, and I was thinking the last month to schedule something with her just to try to
You know,
improve something related to I don't know. I I I I even don't know what to ask, but I know that is something that I need to have more curiosity about because I know most of our problems is related to our childhood and the things
yeah,
that we do, our patterns, and I do things that I don't know that I do, and I need to to understand better. So
for sure.
I need in some time to prioritize uh, this thing.
Yes. But I also understand the fact that you don't feel the need to go. And most men don't feel the need. My boyfriend is very confident and he understands the value of therapy because I tell him what how therapy helped me and everything. And he tells everybody you should go to therapy when the person needs, right? For example, his mother was very stressed, so he told her you should go to therapy, but he doesn't feel the need to go. Of course, he's not perfect, he knows that, but he's like, no, I can handle my problems very well.
But
And
if you ask for every man will say that. I don't know if it's something it's proud or but every human being needs to improve their abilities. But I feel the same thing that your boyfriend saying. Actually, I broke up recently, and it's something that is you don't. Uh, you don't your day by day is not natural anymore because you just break up your routine, you break up a lot of dreams,
yeah,
and sometimes you need somebody to listen to you. Sometimes you just you need to spend some words talking to understand yourself.
yeah,
Sometimes what I do, I know that is not correct, but I talk with Chat GPT because you don't need to uh, open personal things with anybody, so it's easier. But I know that it's an artificial intelligence. It's not always correct, and but it's something that it's free and you can do anytime that you want. So it's
sure.
a start.
Of course. I've heard a psychologist saying that talking to ChatGPT is better than doing nothing because you are speaking. And when you speak, especially if you speak, not type, you are putting the words out and you are helping yourself to understand your thoughts. So it's good. All right, guys, let's go to question number 4. Do you think learning about psychology helps improve relationships? Dani.
Uh, I think yes, because the therapy help tell the better ways, because the many people has difficulty to talking about the problems. And when I uh, when the therapy, you learn how talking better.
For sure. It's something that I know that I gained in those 10 years of therapy is emotional vocabulary, because I didn't know how to explain what I was feeling, to my boyfriend, for example. He did something that I didn't like, so I close my face and I'm like this. And he's like, "What happened?" "Nothing," Like we are a child. So after the therapy, I mature enough to tell him I didn't like this and this and this. So it's emotional vocabulary. What about you, Gabriel? Do you think learning about psychology helps to improve relationships? Of course, you already answered, but elaborate.
Yeah, absolutely. Women have more hormones,
Yes.
so you sometimes you are sad or sometimes you are happy, sometimes you're anxious or something. So it's a roller coaster, and we men don't have that. So this is something that helps us to keep calm and just move on. But what I I write something here. Absolutely, psychology teach you to recognize different attachment styles. Yes, I wrote something that I think it's important. You become more empathic and less reactive. So if somebody, so your girlfriend, blames you about something or you start to scream with you, you just breathe and try to put himself in her place,
Mhm.
be more empathic and less reactive. You just try to understand. And if you don't have this emotional intelligence, you are going to fight against. And this is something that we men need to do with women. We need to, hey, don't say calm down, because no woman like to hear that words, but you need to uh, know how to deal with these situations. And if maybe if you go to a psychologist or therapist, they will teach uh, some hints, some things that you can deal with that. Not only with like this kind of relationship, but all kind of relationship with in your work, with your parents, everything.
For sure, I think we receive those kind of hints, those kind of tips from the psychology. But for me, I think it's more important than tips and hints that I receive a lot and I love her hints, is the way that I behave, the pattern that I have in every relationship. So, for example, you said about the fights. When I am in a discussion with my mother, I feel the need to explain myself, and she rebate with good arguments, and I don't know how to answer her. So I I identify a pattern to help myself to improve in those discussions, you know? So nowadays I don't argue with her. I said, let's talk later. And then later I come back and I talk, you know? It's better. Question number 5, guys. What psychological traits do you think describe your personality well? Gente, não sei como responder isso. Peraí, vou perguntar ao ChatGPT. Do you guys do that too? Ask everything to ChatGPT. Your microphone is off, okay, Gabriel? I don't know if you said something.
The word traits I didn't know as well. I think it's characteristics,
Yes, traços.
traços. Traços.
But I don't know how to give an example of a psychological trait. So I'm gonna ask ChatGPT.
No, I think I put that I am, for example, introspective.
Oh, good.
Uh,
Nice.
I spend a lot of time analyze things, listen to people instead of talking. I'm not the kind of the center of the attention in a group, so I I try to analyze things. I'm a perfectionist guy. This is something that could be good or could be not good depending of the situation. So I need to manage that in a good way to to be a good thing or a bad thing. Something like this.
Nice, nice. Good points. What about you, Dani? Do you have any traits?
Trait. Let me
You
see.
said before that you were very shy, right?
Yes, I'm very shy. This question is difficult for me because difficult to talk about me, but I am very shy. My person is an introspective person. But the other characteristic for me is in, empathy. Empathy.
Sim.
Empathy. I I I try I try be the better person. I try be the more uh, listening more to talk. That's it. It's difficult.
Do
Sorry.
you feel that you are a person that absorbs a lot of the feeling of other people? For example, if you are speaking with a friend and she's sad, do you feel sad, and do you feel the need to help her?
I try, but it depends the situation. I try listen more. I try helping her, she. Uh, but I don't know. I don't know.
It's hard to speak about
Yeah.
ourselves.
Yes.
All right, guys. Let's go to question number 6 then. What's something in your behavior you would love to understand better? Gabriel.
It's it's very difficult to speak in Portuguese. One thing, I don't know if it's related to something to psychologists, but maybe yes. It's something that I remember when I was a kid. I was playing tennis. I started to play tennis when I was 6 years old. And when I was practicing tennis, I could win everybody. I was very good in tennis. So in my mind, when I was a kid, my dream was to be a professional tennis player. But when tried to go to a tournament, a championship, I could win any
You-
game. I lost every game.
Oh my God.
This is that I probably I have something in my mind that is not related to to
Your
to
ability.
tennis. My abilities, it's something that was in my mind that was locking my potential. I don't know.
Yes.
Now it's clear for me that I needed a therapist I don't know. I feel the pressure so much that I couldn't win. I didn't lost the games. For example, it was 6-4, 6-5, 6 to no. It was always 6-0. I couldn't win nothing.
Oh
I
my
was
God.
terrible, terrible. I play. I think I played 8 or 9 championship, and I lost every game. I then I
You
just
must have
quit
been
because
terrible.
I just quit, and I had a problem with that,
Yes.
and I couldn't solve at the time. My parents as well, and then I just quit tennis, and I returning right now with 41 years old. So this is something that I would like to talk with psychologist just to understand why I had this behavior. If for me, it's because my grandparent was the president of Federação Paulista de Tênis, so my family is with tennis players, and my I forgot the word, my cousin, uh, uh, her I say em português, o namorado da minha namorada. Era um tenista profissional, was a professional tennis player. So everything was related to tennis. I don't know if I felt this pressure, and my father went to watch some games of me, and I feel the pressure. I think that was the
Really?
problem. So and that's something that I would like to understand better. But I still returned now to play tennis, and I'm thinking if I'm going to feel that pressure again or not. It's something that I need to test.
It's a good test because maybe when you were younger, you feel more the pressure of your parents and you needed the approval of them, so you needed to earn that championship. And nowadays you are older, you don't feel the need of their approval. Maybe it's a good test.
Yes, there was a tournament, for example, because my grandparent was the president, so I could enter in a national tournament that I wasn't prepared yet. So they are more pressure now about. So I couldn't handle. That's the resume.
Yeah, maybe it was a lot of pressure for a 9-year-old. Maybe it was, you had to elaborate in your head and you didn't have the resources, the emotional vocabulary, that kind of stuff.
Yes, but there are some kids that has that
Yeah,
emotion, that skill, but I didn't have.
yeah, some people are born with this they know how to elaborate this kind of stuff better than others. I understand. What about you, Dani? I forgot the question. Oh, what's
The
something in
very
your
six.
behavior you would love to understand better?
Let me see. I'd like to understand my fear about uh, expression in the expression to other people's, my fear about speaking English, for example, uh, many things. Uh, uh, eu travo. I don't know why. I don't know. I don't know the why, but I have I have fear. I don't know why. But I would like to understand because I think he help me uh, help me to improve my professional, improve my personal life, improve your other things in my in my in my life in general.
For sure, for sure.
Mhm.
And I think women have more fear than men. Going back to what Gabriel said in the beginning,
Yes.
women are more, how can I say that? Oh, I forgot the word. Menos prováveis a take risks than men, comparing to men. So I feel
Okay.
this fear a lot of times too, a fear of making mistake, fear of getting an answer wrong. I feel this fear a lot of times too.
You see, in a relationship, for example, women always try to seek for security, huh? And men try to find peace. It's
Yes,
well, security. It's to have less risk, and men
yes,
we like risk. It's something that we enjoy having it.
of
Of
course.
course, in the right amount.
Yes. For example, my boyfriend and he works as an autonomo because he had the courage to graduate in college and open his own company. For me, it's like, no, oh my God, I am not good enough to open my own company. I have to work CLT, you know? And it's very hard for me to know my value. And he's like, no, I know how to do this. And if I don't, I tell the client that I know how to do, and I will learn, and I will give the service for him. I'm like, oh my God, how? I don't have this courage. All right, guys, let's go to question number 7. Do you believe most people are aware of how their past affects their present? Gabriel.
Honestly, no. Uh, Actually, even I don't know how this kind of thing works, but talking with people, I know that this is something that affects our present. There is something that a friend of mine told me that he didn't say to his father that he loves his father, for example. It's something very simple. He loves his father, but he have never said that, and it's probably it's something in the past. Probably not. It is because he said that his father have never this habit to say to him that he loves as well. So it's something interesting. I remember that because last week I say that to my father as well, and my father said back to me, and I don't remember the last time I did that, and this is so strong that
Yes.
something comes in my eye for example. It's very emotional things. It's something simple. So, and I like it very much. So it's something that I will try to do more often. This is something related to our past. My father didn't say that. I don't remember the last time he said that for me. I don't remember he saying that for me in my childhood. So interesting.
For sure. My father is the same. I don't know my grandfather, but he was a very hard and, bruto, like all of our grandfathers, no, the old generation. And my father gets very uncomfortable when I say that I love him. But I talk to him every week for phone because we don't live in the same city. Once a week. And a year ago, I started telling him that I love him every time we're gonna say goodbye to normalize this kind of word for him, because for him it is not normal. And I was like, Dad, I love you. And he was like, I love you too. Bye, bye. Hang up, because he was embarrassed to say that. Nowadays it's better, but it's still hard. It's good
I
for
don't
you
know.
to be.
We men are created like this. Do not show your vulnerabilities. Is something wrong? You need to be strong. You need to be always. Uh, and we are created different than women. So
Yeah,
this is something related to our past that affects our present for sure.
for sure. Yes, it's a good example. What about you, Dani? Do you have an example?
Mm, for me, my family is very similar both because I don't know speak I don't speak about love. I love you, my daughter, I love you, my father. In my family is not usually, uh, but I try sometimes sometimes say I love mom, but it's very strange for me and for the I don't know. I think I think the people is question.
It's seven. Do you believe
It's
most people are aware of
yeah.
how past affect their present?
Yes. Okay. I think for me is the similar the answers is yours.
I think in Brazil in general, we have a lot of people that have so many other problems that they cannot handle the mental problem of dealing with psychological stuff, They have to pay the bills, they have to work. So here we don't have room for people to talk about that, I think.
For sure.
Let's go to question number 8, and I'll bring the other people back. Have you ever taken a personality or psychological test? Did you agree with the results, Gabriel?
Uh, I remember that I did that when I trying to apply to a job, an interview. So, but a long time ago. But there is one that a friend of mine told me. It's called 16 personalities. Uh, I don't know if do you know about that one? I would like to do just to know which personality you will be. Uh, Tell me about this one if you if it's a good one to try or not.
I think it is. I remember it was like a fever back a while ago to do this test because it was very accurate. But I don't remember precisely because I did a lot of tests. I am very curious to do every test. BuzzFeed tests I do because I love it. But I don't remember it specifically. But try it. I think it will be good.
If I'm not mistaken, there are some jobs that ask for that test or not.
Yes, I
I'm
think
not
my
sure.
job asked for this. A lot of jobs ask for. I don't think it is this test, but
Uh,
I suspect it is. What about you, Dani? Have you ever done a psychological or personality test?
I remember my test my last job. I remember other tests uh, driver, license
Oh, yeah.
driver. uh, but I don't know. This test is difficult. This similar for me because uh, I always think is wrong because what they read is different for me. But I don't know. Some people acho que sim.
Yes, these tests are not very believable, all of them. I don't
Yeah.
believe 100%, but it's good to guide you to know what you're good at, what you're bad at.
Yes, yes.
Hi, guys, welcome back. How was the psychological talk today? Did you
Very
guys
good,
get to
very good.
answer all of the questions?
Until number 8, I think. Yeah,
Yeah, right. Good. So, how many of you go to therapy?
Yeah, I go every week, once a week, and
Every week?
I really recommend it for everyone. It's changed my life.
Do you speak in Portuguese or in French or
In
in English?
Portuguese,
Oh,
I have said it. I talked before to someone in France, but I thought no, it's not my language. That will not be how say that. It's not the same thing to speak Portuguese, and it's so
we
important.
cannot, we cannot,
keep it the original form, okay?
yes,
Yeah, yeah. But the first time that it was a bad moment to me, and I went to a psychiatric in how said it, and it was in French, and this moment I realized that I really was how said fluent in French, because it was oh I just speak.
yes, it's hard to speak about yourself in Portuguese. Imagine in
Yeah,
another language.
that's true. That's true.
Here in this room, Gabriel was telling us how our society have this taboo around men speaking about their feelings, going to a psychologist. Do you guys feel that because you were in a room with all of men? Do you guys feel this taboo? Do you guys feel like you didn't went to therapy because of this taboo, or you just don't want to?
Personally, in my situation, in the past, wasn't talked about these things. For me, it's a very new thing. For me, that's okay. Because I had my burnout, so I pass over it, and I'm okay right now.
Yes, but you went to a psychologist when you were in a burnout, right?
No, no, my wife helped me a lot. My
Really?
wife, yeah, my wife. She's not a psychologist, but she's my best friend, and we talked so much. And well, with a lot of mistakes, we are here right now, and
For sure.
everything's okay.
Good.
Sure.
Yes,
You got through the way you could.
yes, yes, yes. Always the more difficult one.
What about you, Márcio?
Me too. In the past, I was on the psychology, helped me a lot. And nowadays, I would like pass again in psychology. Sometimes uh, I accept that I need the therapy. So, if possible, I will pass again.
Nice, nice. And you, Lucas, have you ever went to a shrink, a psychologist, or do you want to go?
Yeah, I go to oh, travou. Nossa, travou como que pronuncia? Nossa,
Psych
travou aqui.
Psychology.
psychologist.
Psychology, yeah, once a week, and I love the psychology because I don't know English. eu vejo o mundo de outras formas. I recommend a lot.
Nice, nice. Yes, I think that's the whole point of going to a psychologist is seeing the world from a different perspective, maybe. Guys, that's it for today. Thank you for being with me. A special thanks to Dani and Gabriel. Nice to meet you guys. I hope you guys come back. Have a nice week. And that's it. Bye-bye.
Thank you for